So when iOS 16 officially came out in a beta format a few months ago, installed it on my iPhone 10, and honestly, I was very unhappy of the way Apple went ahead and approached this iPhone. Now, the main reason for this was mostly because of the lack of features that this iPhone got. Even compared to phones like the iPhone 10R and iPhone 11, Apple, brought over a ton of features for the iPhone 10R that the iPhone 10 didn't even get. I forget some of these things. I think it was like live text and video, and then there was, I think, a few other things here and there. But weirdly enough, the iPhone 10 ended up being somewhat saved with iOS 16. It ended up pretty much in a way giving me a better experience overall compared to the iPhone 10R and even the iPhone 11. Now, the first thing I want to say is there were some exclusive features that the iPhone 10 got that the 10R and iPhone 11 actually didn't get. Now, we couldn't tell this on the first beta because we just installed it and some of these features didn't come until after, but the battery percentage within the actual status bar, which most of you probably know this by now, but weirdly enough, this is only supported on the phones like the iPhone 10 and most of the flagship ones. In fact, the iPhone 13 mini didn't even get this specific feature, which is so crazy. So now you can see the battery percentage on the top right corner on the iPhone 10. The 13 mini didn't even get this as a let alone the iPhone 10 or an 11. Now that was really interesting that this iPhone 10 still ended up getting some features that the other iPhones didn't get. But the other weird thing is another battery related thing. The iPhone 10 on iOS 16 in general gave me much better battery life than my iPhone 10R and iPhone 11. And even on the official version that I'm on now, I did another battery test yesterday, and I was seeing my iPhone 10 being a much better battery device in a way than my iPhone 11, my iPhone 10R, my iPhone SE2, my iPhone 10s, my iPhone 8, and my iPhone 8 Plus. And I'll try to remember to leave that video link down in the description. If not, it's pretty much the videos I made yesterday. And that is what is just so insane to me. When you have an iPhone like an iPhone 10, even though it's 5 years old, this iPhone still kind of holds up very well. It's just the software that sometimes Apple goes ahead and limits features every year. Even with iOS 15, they limited live text and photos. Then they did it with live text and video. It's just a lot of different things that you have to have an iPhone 10 that's newer. But the one thing is with the stability and with the battery life, that is the one area of this phone that I'm just so shocked at, that this phone has been able to hold up that well throughout this, long amount of time. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that the iPhone 10 on iOS 16 is perfect, but compared to what, I thought it was going to be ruined by, I thought iOS 16 was going to be the worst update for this phone. It actually ended up becoming one of the better updates in my opinion. I mean, even my iPhone 8 Plus wasn't as great as the iPhone 10 was on iOS 16. So even if this is the last version of software, I mean, it's too early to tell now, but if iOS 16 continues to get more stabilized, I think it's going to be a pretty good, decent ending point if Apple's going to go ahead and end it here. I hope they don't, but if they do, I mean, it's almost like an iOS 12 type of update or even like an iOS 14 type of update. So that kind of covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.